Picture this. I'm sitting here on the same exact couch like 4 days ago and I'm watching this Alex Hormozi video. In the video he's explaining one of the most important concepts in business. It's leverage. Leverage is basically what you put in, the work you put in, and what you get out, the results. Quick example. You have guy number 1 and guy number 2. Both of these people need to make 100 sales calls. So they just call someone on the phone, sell them like whatever bullshit product. This guy has no fucking idea how to sell, never done it before. This man right here, he's a master salesman. He can sell you a pen, a house, a TV, whatever he wants. Now, they do the same work, right? 100 calls. But who gets more sales? It's this guy, right? Because he's a better salesman. And that's true. He has higher leverage because he has these skills, these abilities that make it so even though he does the same work as this guy, he gets more results, higher leverage. And what does this all mean? Well, skills, knowledge, they're important because I can be Mr. Beast. If I record 10 videos, I'm going viral, right? But if I'm just me and I record 10 videos, nothing happens. Leverage. And then I continue watching. And then he talks about how his father went from Iran to the USA because of a war and he had no money and he was broke. But he kept his knowledge as a doctor. He was a doctor in Iran. And because of this, he could still make it in the USA and become successful. Because even though he had no resources, he had the power of his mind inside of here. And he became successful. Meanwhile, the people who owned the lottery in Iran, which is like billions of whatever currency, rich people, right? They went to the USA because of the same exact war and they became broke. Because it was basically like the son of a billionaire, right? They had inherited the lottery from, 2 generations ago. But they had no skills, they didn't know how to run shit. And they lost their money and became broke. Meanwhile, this guy who had nothing, but he had skills, actually got something. What does this mean again? Knowledge is important. And then Alex Hormozi starts talking about how good investing in knowledge is. Spending money on courses so you can learn and increase your leverage. And that got me thinking, what's the best course I can buy out there? And I didn't really think. It's obviously Adonis School by Hamza because it's a community, self-improvement people, hardcore guys, and there's like 10 different courses on YouTube on everything. It's so much shit into one. Obviously that's the best choice. The problem is, it costs me like $200 a month and even more. So what does that mean? You need to make money, to invest the money into knowledge so you can make more money. But how do you get this starting point out of the way? And that's where Alex Hormozi got me covered again, bro, because he started talking about how underrated getting a job is. And why is it underrated? Well, everyone, including me, is trying to live this entrepreneurial dream of you don't go to an office, you don't go here, you don't go at a restaurant. You sit on your laptop, you work all day and suddenly the money is there. But the good thing about getting a job is you're not actually making zero for a full year before you get some, resources. You're still making money. And sure, you invest time into it, your own time. But you get money that you can use for your health, for your food. And this money that you make from your job, you can invest it into the knowledge for your business. So then you increase your leverage. You go from a guy who knows basically nothing about YouTube to a guy who knows a decent bit. And this means in less videos you're gonna get more results because more skills, more knowledge. But the other benefit of getting a job, not only do you get money that you can use to get more money later on, you also get skills and knowledge. Because a job isn't just doing, the robotic tasks for 10 hours. any job is actually pretty complicated. There's a lot that goes into it. Even a basic like waitress job. You're still talking to people, you're learning to smile and be kind and be respectful, and then people treat you the same way. You're improving your social skills from being a waiter, bro. It's still useful. And you get money on top of that. So you can become a fucking programmer or whatever the fuck you want. So getting a job isn't actually that bad. You get paid to learn. And then this shit that you get paid, this money, you learn even more and boom, you become, I don't know, you see. And I got a job because of this. Hell yeah. I thought to myself for like 10 minutes, okay, how can I make these $200 bucks a month? I mean, it's like $100. And the first option was doing labor work for some rich guy in my town. And that would kind of suck dick. It would be like 10 hours a day on weekends. And it would feel weird because I'm working for this guy that my father knows. And if I was a little more hardcore, maybe I would pick this option, but I'm not. I didn't do it. But then I remembered, in summer for 3 months, I spent 10 hours a day, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. working as a call center for a fucking truck company. Basically, there's like beer here, there's mayo here, there's food here, there's a lot of things. A truck comes and picks this up, puts it onto his trailer, which is like the thing attached to the truck, and he delivers this beer, this mayo, this whatever, to point B, from point A to point B. He delivers it, and the people here, distribute it and use it. So it's basically just this, the truck does this. But in this area right here, there's so much shit that can go wrong. So much. Tires blown out, engines stop working, drivers fall asleep, bullshit everywhere. So much bullshit, so many lies in this job. But I actually love it a decent bit. I mean, I don't love it, but I like this job. I can't complain. It's pretty interesting. It's a little unusual, I guess. I like it. And this job, right now, I'm doing it from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So less hours. Obviously less pay as well. But this will allow me to eat, go to the gym, eat, take a shower, go to school, come back home. And I'm still getting money in the morning while being able to hit the gym, bulk up and everything. So it went out pretty well, right? It took me some 5 calls to negotiate with this bitchy boss that I honestly dislike. But it happened, it worked out in the end, everything's fine. And what's the plan? Well, I'll work for a month, get paid some money, hopefully around the 400 range, maybe even more. And 240 of that immediately goes into Adonis school. Because I need to learn this YouTube shit. I can't just keep recording these videos not knowing anything basically, being in the dark. Of course, being surrounded by people who do this. Getting a sense of a community of actual hardcore guys. This is impossible not to be a good investment. It's impossible. So I will do it. I will get knowledge through the money that I get from my work. And then what? Well, I'll learn. I'll keep doing this. And eventually, who knows when, maybe a year and a half from now, probably a year and a half from now, through the knowledge I've acquired from my investments in the practice I'm putting in, maybe I'll actually be able to make the same amount of money from this as my actual job. And then what do? Well, Alex Hormozi explained this. You keep doing this thing for a couple of months, so it's not just a wacky video popped off and then you go down again. Do it for a few months, and if there's this consistent climb up, just fucking quit your job and go all in on this, bro. You have more hours to spend on it, so this will go even higher and higher. It just takes time, You invest into yourself to learn the depths, the nitty-bitty things of whatever your side hustle is. And through enough time, repetition and learning, a year and a half, 2 years maybe, it's kind of impossible not to be good enough to make minimum wage. To make minimum wage after 2 years of work. But it's basically impossible to not be able to do it after the repetition and the knowledge. And the good thing is, minimum wage in the real world, a plumber, he can't really make his salary from 20k to 40k as a random number. But an entrepreneur, through learning more and practicing more and working more, he can go from minimum wage to a couple of thousand and then a couple of thousand to tens of thousands. And it's all up to him, right? But the starting point of making your side hustle go from the zero to the minimum wage, where you can afford to basically just do this for a living, that's, I think, the hard part where most people quit. And I'll do my best not to. I'll keep going at this for however long it takes, because I know that the results at the end, 3-4 years from now, will be so much better than anything I can achieve at a fucking office, right? Bye bye, bro. Thank you for watching.